Hi, my name is Clancy, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
Hi, what's up? I'm Sarah from The Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Clancy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be finally talking to you after years of supporting you from the launch. So
exciting.
yeah, totally. And like you said before, I mean, we chatted a bit, and you've totally your music right now is so much different from when it was years ago. So what was that experimenting like?
Um, it was a big process. It was kind of influenced by London. The London scene is it's got a lot of darkness to it, and that's kind of where I pulled it from. Because I've been in that dark pop kind of era, the alternative pop vibe. But I don't listen to that music. Like I listen to old rock and like early 2000s emo music, and that's kind of, I just realized that was what I needed to do after kind of being in that scene in London. And then came back here, and it's actually like a genre that's pretty popular.
Totally. And do you have a fondest musical memory?
Fondest music memory. Oh my goodness, I feel like I've had so many.
That's usually the case.
Yeah, right? Like it's this is so hard. I would say um recently, I would say recently, because I could say London, like that was such an incredible experience seeing Abbey Road Studios, things like that. But I would say my most recent was playing a festival in Texas, because the response was insane. It was so enlightening to meet people that have been following me, because Dallas is my city, so it's kind of like those people have been silently watching me, and then they all showed for the festival, and it was like people I didn't even know, and people crying to me about how I inspired them. Like it was just awesome. So that would probably be my fondest recent memory.
Yeah, especially people crying to you.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. I was completely overwhelmed. As soon as my set ended, I was busy talking to people until the end of the festival. Didn't get to see anybody else because I was talking to so many people. It was so cool.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
And you're also playing a show very, very soon. So how excited are you for that?
On Thursday, yes. I'm nervous. I haven't had like a band, a secure band. Been having to have people relearn my music and find new bandmates for the last 2 years. So my band couldn't make it for this gig. I had to find a whole new band, and we've only rehearsed like 3 times, twice basically. So it's gonna be fun. I'm not really the one that needs to rehearse because I just did the festival, but it's nerve wracking.
Yeah, totally. And what's that like? Like constantly changing bandmates and them learning the songs.
Yeah, it's hard, especially because I'm not an instrumentalist myself. Like I don't sit there and play bass and guitar and keys every day. I write on keys, but I don't I'm not a I'm not a session artist. So for me, I'm kind of going in there like, here you go. These are the songs, and so it's hard. But it's definitely enlightening because so many people I've found want to actually play my music and just want to be there, part of the experience. And I've gotten really lucky that way, because I know people have to pay their band hundreds of dollars, and um, I'm always offering like, do you guys want to be paid? Do you let me buy you dinner? Like all this, and they're like, no, we just want to play the music. Like they just love it. So I've
Okay.
been really lucky with that.
Yeah, totally. And what does a Clancy show look like?
Um, I get my my number one thing I get feedback wise is my stage presence. So
That's
I'm
amazing.
super interactive with the crowd, and just confidence. I have a lot of confidence, so I'm jumping around and I'm screaming on stage and making people mosh if it's the right type of crowd. Um, it's pretty high energy and fun. That's I don't really have any like slow moments where I'm making people like do this. Like it's pretty much just up. So it's
Amazing.
fun.
Whenever you come to Montreal, I'll get the marsh pit started.
I was just thinking about coming to Canada and trying to like book a few places, like just for fun, just because that's my home. So
Oh my god.
definitely.
Oh my god, let's do it.
Yes, I'm down.
Amazing. And what is your dream lineup?
Ooh. See, for me, it's like all older crowds. Like I'm not a huge like. I have no idea. Like, I guess like mainstream of this era, I would say Poppy would be headlining.
Oh my god, that would be cool.
It would be so insane because she's like that. She's screaming and moshing, and she's the queen of that. So, Poppy, and then Lady Gaga. I love her. I'm just saying the top like people, and who's that? Janis Joplin. She's not alive, but like I love her.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Avril Lavigne.
That's a killer lineup.
Yeah, Dance Gavin Dance. Just like a weird mix of people.
I mean, but it works though. That's so cool.
Thank you. I hope one day.
Yeah, totally. Let's make it happen.
For sure.
And let's talk about your newest track, Colorblind. It is so good. Such like a rock anthem. So how are you feeling about that being out into the world?
Oh my god, this song like pivoted my entire life for like songwriting. I was like going through it. I've never been in love, right? And I'm only 20, so this last year finally fell in love, and it was a terrible breakup. Like I lost myself completely, and like all the cliches ever, I finally experienced them. So I was sitting in a park, and it was like the park that we would always fucking go to. And I'm trying to like skateboard. I'm trying to like, I have this coloring book, this adult coloring book. And I was like in there coloring, trying to like feel fine in this park that we used to go to every day, and like just destroyed a month after we broke up. And I couldn't fucking color because I was crying. Like I was just not able to color in the lines. So in my head, I was like, I can't seem to stay in the lines. And I started writing it, and it's in my coloring book. So it was so pivotal for me because that was the first moment I was like, oh my God, like I'm not coming down. Like I'll be fine. Like I'm fine. Like I'm still a musician. I'm still this person. So from there, like my entire project just like has been coming out of me, and it's insane.
Amazing. Well, not so amazing, but the track.
I firmly believe that I get put these people and these like experiences in my life for this. So I couldn't see it then, but now I'm like, oh God, thank God, because it wrote me 6 songs that are incredible for me. So I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. And comparing it to Bleed for me, I mean, it's such a different vibe. There's still like that dark aspect, but it's like completely different, obviously. So is that you experimenting with your sound?
Yeah, well, that was while I was in that relationship. So that was kind of my like, okay, it was a really toxic relationship. So I was like, very like that song is very literal. Like that really did happen, like the whole Bleed for me. And it was like very disturbing, and I turned it into a song. And he thinks of it as like that song's about me, but that song was like me getting my trauma out of something that actually very real happened, and I turning it to this lust thing made it easier for me to process. But I think that's all that song was. It was really just me, and it was just the producer, because I could have written it as a rock song, but the producer, Halo Boy, who was incredible, he just put that like spin on it, and that was kind of like the transition. I was like, okay, this is going to help me transition, because I'd already been writing that rock stuff. So it was kind of like, okay, this is the transition to kind of a darker aspect, and then I'm going to take it really dark and really go hard with it. So it's been all in my brain and all about the transition period, because I just don't want to hit people with like a rock, like, all right, now I'm making rock music, like, okay, let's go darker, and now we're going to do what I really want to do. So it's like a transition.
What's coming next? Are we going to get like even more into the rock and roll?
Yes, ma'am. I'm currently, so I work with a producer named Jeff Rockwell in Texas. And basically work with another producer here named Iago, and him and I will make these. He created this genre basically in the SoundCloud community called hyperpunk, and it's like my demos are very very hyper punk, and then I take them to Jeff and he reproduces them, makes them all live and sound like a rock and roll track, and then yeah, it goes. So I have 4 songs with him that he's working on right now, and the next single is going to come next month, so very exciting.
Me too. I'm so excited. And then after that, could
Thank
you
you.
expect like an EP or something?
So EP, I kind of it I don't know. I'm so focused on just releasing the singles and getting the fan base around this genre before I like, because I wouldn't want the EP to be these songs that I wrote like in this last like I don't even know how to explain it, era of my life. Rather put those out as singles and then just write a whole new concept for an EP. So focusing on the singles, and then hopefully in maybe next year an EP would be ideal.
Amazing. Well, I can't wait for the rest of the singles to be released. They're gonna be so great.
Yes, so exciting. Thank you.
No problem. Describe your music as a color.
I mean, like black, but maybe pink too. Now with the like upbeat rock aspect of it, it's, I would say maybe pink, black and pink, if I can pick 2.
I feel like that's like the Avril Lavigne like resemblance going on with the black and pink.
I get that a lot because she totally made that a thing. But yeah, definitely. Now it's like it's definitely associated with the emo scene, black and pink. So yeah.
And last question, who are your favorite artists right now?
Right now, I'm a big hip hop fan since I was like 12 years old. So that's kind of the only music that I really actively search for new of. Everything else, I'm really old school and I just listen to my same music I've listened to since I was 9 years old. But new artists, I really like Pierre Bourne's last album was insane, like a masterpiece. I really like Clancy Fox. He's another UK rapper. He's really cool. But I don't really know. I don't really have a whole lot of new artists that I find and like. Pretty old school. I just like all of the same. We play the same songs over and over again.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. It was so much fun finally getting to meet you.
Oh my goodness, me too. I'm so glad I know who you are now too, so I can like connect with you on socials and stuff. It's awesome.
I can't.